There it is, Toronto, the big city. We finally made it. How the hell did we get there? We're in front of the Air Canada Centre, home of the Toronto Maple Leafs, the Toronto Raptors, and the team we're here to see, the Toronto Rock. Now, the Toronto Rock is the ACC's most successful team. They've won 6 championships since their first season in 1999. Not only is that the most in the NLL, but the only championships the ACC has witnessed. Now, the ticket is also the cheapest. It makes it a little more accessible for fans from the tight-knit lacrosse community. So we're going to head in there right now to the shoot-around and see what it's like to be a professional athlete in the NLL. We're here with Toronto rock star Garrett Billings, who is here from Langley, BC. And Garrett, I want to ask you one question real quick. You know, you're a lacrosse player. What's it like? First off, first question is, what do you do full-time other than lacrosse?
I work for the team. I do a lot of community relations, a lot of lacrosse programming in the community.
And how many people that, don't have the opportunity to work with the team? Like, do you have a lot of guys that are teachers, firefighters?
Yeah, the vast majority. I'd say there's only a handful of guys in the league that are pretty much making lacrosse full-time. So I'm one of those guys. I do work for the team as well, though.
So, actually, as I said, only a few of them do it full-time. So, you have a unique experience. I mean, I have a full-time job. I don't get to play in front of, anywhere from 15 to 18,000 people. What's that feeling when you come into the Air Canada Centre to play and you see this place, full of fans that are loud and proud wearing your colors?
That's awesome. We have a dedicated fan base in Toronto, too, and they really know the sport. So the one thing about playing here is there's high expectations as well. So if you're not playing well game in, game out, they're not going to be your best friends. They'll still support you, but really Toronto loves a winner, and they love guys that come to play every game.
All right. Can you explain what the Rock is?
The Rock, exactly. It's kind of, it came in 99. I think the big thing there was rock music being played during the game. So I believe they held a contest to name the team, and it ended up being called the Toronto Rock. So the Rock really harkens back to the music aspect of how we do play it during the game.
Now, one of the things that I noticed when I was at a game, every time you guys scored a goal, there was a rock song that played with the word rock in it. What's your favorite rock song with the word rock in it?
Can't Stop the Rock After We Score is a good one. I love that one.
Is that the state you guys are in right now where, you're not above the game, you're still one with the fans, and you get excited about it. You're not afraid to meet with the fans?
Definitely. I think everybody in this league knows how important it is when there's a lot of fans in the crowd, so we're not ones to turn our back on any of our fans. So we know that that's the lifeblood of this league, and we need them to survive, so we're definitely not above our fans.
Do you have a nickname?
I got a few. I get G Bills a lot. Billy, they call me in Toronto a lot. G Dollar Bills is an old one. There's a bunch.
You score a lot of goals too, so you could be like Money, I guess. Your money, in the slot. Oh, that's not bad at all. Well, okay, Garrett. Well, I'm going to tell you something right now. I used to be a lacrosse player.
Where'd you play?
Laurentian University.
Nice.
Yeah, it's an elite program. and of course makes me an elite player. Now, you said you scored 2 goals a game. I know for sure that I would be way above that. I don't know how I was missed. Honestly, I don't know how I was missed in the scouting, but I know I would be getting a lot more goals than that. And the MVP trophy would probably be named after me at the end of my career.
Yeah, no lack of modesty either.
No, none. I'm a modest player. I take pride in my modesty. You're right. But at the same time, I do have a rotten taste in my mouth right now. I feel like the roles should be switched here. So I want to challenge you to a little man ball drill, but without the man. It's just man-to-man drill.
Let's do it.
Garrett Billings beat me. Still think I should have won, but you can take pride knowing that you were fully prepared for this and I wasn't, and you beat me 2-1. But
You got one, and you didn't break a sweat. You're wearing a toque.
I'm still breathing heavy, man. Oh, well, thank you. Now, we have to go out and talk to some fans. Best of luck tonight,
Thank
Garrett.
you.
We appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you. See you tonight.
All right, now let's go out and see some Toronto Rock fans before we head into the game. What sets you apart here in terms of being a sports bar, especially being in Toronto? A ton of options. You know, you said the proximity is one thing, but I mean, this bar seems unique. What are some of the more unique parts of this bar?
I don't want to brag, but I believe we kind of started the revolution of the TVs all over the place. So at this location, we have 180 TVs. And what sets us apart from all the other sports bars, in my opinion, is we do make a lot of our products in-house. So about 50 to 60% of our food is non-frozen and it's made in-house. So like our pizza dough is made every day, chicken fingers. So like that's one thing that sets us apart. If you're asking me, that's the question.
Yeah, it's okay to brag about 180 televisions. I mean, that's only in my wildest dreams, so you can brag about that.
Yeah.
Now, the Toronto Rock, they're playing tonight. Again, they play at the ACC. Do you guys get a lot of foot traffic with the Rock, and what kind of fans come in here?
We get a lot of different people here. So each game brings in different people. So for the Toronto Rock, we actually get a lot of people from outside of Toronto. So like up north, Oshawa. So you can see like the school buses and stuff lined up. So they're like from far away.
Going to the Rock game tonight, and they've been good for the last 5-10 years. So they're actually the most stable franchise in Toronto, I'd say. Fans here care. They live and die with whatever happens. They are passionate. They definitely support their teams.
What do you like most about hoops, and what do you think we should know about hoops here?
Well, there appear to be like 18 TVs that I can see right now, so that's definitely a good thing.
For a guy like me, I don't know if this helps my ADD or disables it. I mean, this is a lot of TVs. How do you pick one to focus on?
I also suffer from the same affliction, so I would tell you it helps. You can watch the same thing over and over, and you don't get too distracted. You just keep sliding from TV to TV. So.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. I was watching the TV.
Yeah, no, and I've been listening. You've been saying,
okay. So, man, this is a lot of TVs. You're right, man. Holy cow. What do you like about coming to Hoops pre-game for a Rock game?
This is my first time, actually.
And what's your impression?
I like it. It's really fun so far.
What are you drinking?
A Caesar.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, how good is that Caesar out of any Caesar you've ever had in your entire life?
7. I make a good one.
She makes a good one. Okay, all right, you make a good one. All right. I don't know that for sure, but you can give me the recipe. What's the pregame for you? Do you make sure you don't drink too much so you remember it, or do you drink even harder to celebrate?
I like to get Nice balance between the two. I like to enjoy myself, obviously, but yeah, I want to remember what's going on, and yeah.
Okay, so you say you're a fan of lacrosse. That's safe to say.
Yes, I'm captain of my school team.
Oh, where do you play?
At Prima. It's a high school in Oshawa.
High school in Oshawa. Okay, so you're a huge lacrosse fan. So how fun is it coming out to the Air Canada Centre? What's the best part about coming to a Rock game for you?
I think the atmosphere, because like everyone is just so hyped up, and like they're just like good people coming for a good time, and like there's great people. Like look, Leafs games, it's more of like a rivalry between everyone, but like at lacrosse games, it's like everyone's just coming together to have a good time and cheer for the games and stuff.
Oh, I'm super proud. I love my Rock, and it's cheap tickets, so I go all the time and bring my family, and it's a good time. I love it.
It's just the live entertainment. You know, the music's going all day. The guys are trying. You know, they're pouring their heart out because they love the game. It's just the experience. It's the all-around experience.
It's a rocking night like hockey. When the play's going on, there's no music. Lacrosse, it's just rocking from start to finish. So it just keeps the fans involved in the game.
You're wearing the Nighthawk shirt?
Yes, sir.
And we've already been chirped. We've been standing here for not even 30 seconds and you've been getting chirped. What's it like being a Nighthawks fan in Toronto?
I love it. You know, we've got a solid team this year. Toronto isn't the team that we are this year. You know what? These people are pretty crazy about their team, but you know what? We're back-to-back champs, and it is what it is. You know what I mean?
Who's your favorite player?
Oh, you got to go Colin Doyle.
Colin Doyle. Popeye. Is he still with him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Popeye Doyle.
Yeah.
That would be Robbie Hilliard.
And what is so special about Robbie Hilliard?
Well, first of all, he's number 10, but number 1 in your heart. And I like the fact that he never shaves.
Never shaves, eh? That's a true man right there.
Yeah, that is a man. He's a manly man. Yeah, and he's got man hands.
What does it mean to be a Rock fan at a Rock game?
I think the whole lacrosse experience. I think the lacrosse fans are a bit different than.
Rock!
They're intense.
I thought he was wearing a TFC
Toronto, I
scarf.
guess.
Yeah. Like lacrosse fans are pretty passionate. Yeah, so you have a core group of fans that want to go.
They're hardy growing people. You know, they like the rough sports. It's you know, you get your coach says, here's a stick, go hit somebody, you know, so boys like that.
The environment is just insane. Like everybody is so happy and excited and enthusiastic all the time. It's really fantastic to be here.
I've had season tickets for the last 8 years. This year they dropped the price, $100. Yeah, $99 for 9 games, so you can't beat it.
We know a lot of people that play. Our son played junior lacrosse, and we know a lot of the guys, especially tonight. The Dawsons are in town, and we played lacrosse and hockey with them. And you know some of the people, so it's interesting to see their development. And we have a few guys that my son played with that are on the Rock team too. So it's a lot of fun coming out to watch them grow themselves. You know, so
The lacrosse support that we get back home, as well as the outside support. You go to a game in the off season when those guys are there, and it's incredible. They're all there all the time.
We just had a full-on collision with two ladies right there. I think she chipped the tooth, man. I gotta regain myself. That was great, man. I love lacrosse. All right, so I'm here with Brandy. Brandy, you had a rough go. You tried to photobomb us, and it didn't go well. Can you explain what happened there?
I got nailed in the face pretty good, but you know what? Go Rock, go, and we're here to have fun. So,
Paul, I feel like you and I had put a pretty solid lacrosse team together. Looking at us here, I think we'd make a good little defense pair.
well, I think I'd be better on the bench and coaching you.
What's the best part of the Rock experience for you?
the beer.
Yes, you are my kind of girl.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's about beer. So what do you think the outcome's going to be tonight?
I'm predicting about a 15-9 win for Rochester. That's my guess. We got solid defense, solid goaltending. I think the goal scoring we got, I think we'll be able to dominate.
It is a huge game. It's a huge game. They've had a tough year with Rochester. Rochester's been doing very well. You got to go Rock. I'm going 17-13 Rock.
I think maybe, well, last time I hear it was like 11 something for the Rock, so I'm hoping it'll be like 13 to 10, so it's a close game.
We want to say go Rock, go. Ready for this? On the count of 3.
You got it.
1, 2, 3.
Go Rock, go!
right, so at the end of the first half, the score is 9-5 for the Rock. So as you can imagine, this crowd is absolutely explosive. We've seen a fight, we've seen a ton of goals, and I just can't wait for the second half to get started.
Camera guy Neil here, and we found out the hard way that you're not allowed to film fans in the ACC, which is why I'm sitting all by myself. But I can report that the fans here are loud, they're having a lot of fun, and the action's great. I'd never been to a lacrosse game before, but there's a lot of scoring, music plays throughout, it's been fun. Unfortunately, it's 17-11, so not looking good for the home team, but we had a great time.
We took a turn for the worse since halftime. There's 52 seconds left, and the score is 17-11 for Rochester. The crowd's gotten a lot more hostile, a lot more buoy, but nonetheless, a really good game. We saw a little bit of everything. But now we are true fans. We're gonna stay here until the bitter end, the last horn. But then we're gonna head to Joe Badali's and pick the night right back up. But until then, I'm gonna watch what happens here. Now, the Rock had a really rough night tonight, man. What's it like when they come in on a losing emotion? Do they drink more or do they drink less? What's the tally there?
I think it's a matter of family fun, camaraderie, and friendship. And although we do want the Rock to win, and they've won multiple championships under our home venue, and we'd like to see them do that again, we're okay. And we love lacrosse.
How does this affect you, man? Like, you know, are you down in the dumps right now?
Well, yeah, because you go out on a high.
Oh, yeah.
Then it's like, yeah, I'm bummed out.
How important is it for you to come out here to Joe Badali's after? Why is this the #1 spot post-Rock game?
Well, for a lot of us, when the Toronto Rock moved from Maple Leaf Gardens in 2001 down to the Air Canada Centre, Joe Badali's actually started hosting the post-game parties. So for a lot of us, this is our home away from home when it comes to post-gamers.
Yeah, another thing I want to ask too is I'm looking around, I saw we had some dancers and I think I've seen some players. How does that bring everything together? Now, these are professional athletes, but they're still one of us, if you will. You know, how cool is that? Does that bring a little bit more, you know, shine to the game for you?
Well, for me, definitely. I mean, this is one of the only professional sports that you can find where the players are more than happy to sit down and talk with the fans after the game, share a drink, share some stories, share some laughs.
Yeah, we all get together, we talk about the game a little bit, have a couple laughs.
You know what, tough loss, but you guys are all still smiling.
Well, yeah, after a few drinks, we'll do that for you.
So what brings the fans back here every game? I mean, all we've been hearing about is Joe Badali's after the game. What is it about this bar that is so special that makes it the atmosphere to come post-game?
Two things. The first thing is beer, Mill Street beer. The greatest of home brew, the greatest of microbreweries around, especially in the Toronto district. And number two, my staff, I'm proud of them. I'm the general manager of this restaurant. They treat you with love, respect, they honor you, and they make sure you have a good time.
So if I ask for a hug from one of your staff, you're guaranteeing me they will hug me back. Thanks, Bube. It was tough today, man. I needed that. And that goes to show my man Wube with his Mill Street crew is here for us during tough times. You know what, guys? I think it's time that we try some of the drinks here, right? To the pub? Group hug. Oh my gosh, I feel so much love. The friendship is floating on full cylinders right now. It was quite the journey, but we managed to find our way to the big city. From the player introductions to the final buzzer, we were entertained with the fast pace and physical nature of the game, the high number of goals, the celebrations that follow, and the rock music playing from the start of the game right through to the finish. Hoops was conveniently close to the Air Canada Centre for a few pregame pints, and the official postgame party at Joe Badali's was full of rock fans who say it's a great opportunity to meet players and cheerleaders. But now we're taking off to our next adventure, so we'll see you next time on Sidelined.